Hey, what's up, fellows? Yes, it's me. If you're trying to get into IT, these are the exact networking skills you need to become a job ready. In this series, I'll walk you through real IT support tickets so you can learn hands-on troubleshooting skills. Are you ready for this? Let's dig.
Hello, guys. Welcome to the IT Edge Network. So we're resolving another ticket today, and this one is so I'm in the Spiceworks right now. This is a um, cloud-based help desk ticketing system that you can sign up for. It's totally free, and if you want to know how to set this up at home for a home lab for practice, just go to my channel and look under IT skills for beginners and scroll down and look under video number 6. This is where I show you how to set up the free help desk ticketing system, which is the Spiceworks. All right, so let's get started. We have another ticket. Let's see what's going on here. Submitted by Sandra White, and it basically says my internet is not working. It says limited connectivity, please fix. That's all it says, nothing much. Now it's your job to figure it out. Um, no extra details, no screenshots, just the vibes. Now, instead of guessing, I'm going to walk through this exactly like IT support would, step by step. And by the end of this video, you'll know how to troubleshoot this like your IT job. So first of all, we need to understand the ticket. Um, User says internet not working, limited connectivity, right? That's what it says. That tells me the device is connected to a network, but it likely can't reach the internet. So let me just show you the error message first, what it looks like, and then we're gonna go deep. So this is what it's going to look like at the bottom right hand corner of your laptop. Um, it's it's connected to a Wi-Fi. It's connected to a connection either at home or at work, but it says limited, right? And if you look at the bottom here, the Wi-Fi bars, there is a yellow warning, basically, right? So it means it's connected, but it's not connected. It's yes, I know it's confusing, but that's where you come in and you fix it, right? So we're gonna go in back to help us and figure out what's going on and help Sandra. Um, so now I have a working theory at least, but I need to confirm it. In this, if this was real life, I wouldn't touch anything yet. I'd ask the user. Basically, what I'm going to ask the user is this happening on all devices or just your devices, right? That's the first thing I'm going to ask. Are you on Wi-Fi or Ethernet? That's another thing I'm going to ask. And did this just start today? Or has this been a problem in the past? Just a basic question to get the clarity what's going on. Why this matters? Because this one question is it just you? Can instantly split the problem into two directions, right? Single device issue or network wide issue, right? It basically it narrows down the problem. So let's say the user says, my phone works fine, just laptop has the issues, right? Perfect. So now it's the device issue, right? It's the laptop issue. Um, Now you move on to simple checks, no command yet. The first thing you want to check, are they connected to the correct Wi-Fi, right? So which would be, let me just minimize this, which would be right here, the bottom right corner. Make sure they're connected. If you click on it, and yes, I see a live Wi-Fi connection. So that's and is the signal strength, that's another thing you want to check. But like in my case, it's showing a full strength, right? But in their case, it will show you what I just showed you the picture, right? This is how it's going to look like in their case. It's limited and the yellow warning sign. So this is what you're going to see in their case, which will show up right here at the bottom right corner. So first thing you want to do is toggle the Wi-Fi, turn it off, and turn it back on. So go back to Wi-Fi, click on it, and then right here, you just simply click on it, and it's gone. You see the globe sign at the bottom, and if you just leave your mouse there, it'll show you what kind of connection, and it has no connection, right? And then you just click back on, click on the Wi-Fi, and one more time, and this will bring the connection back. Right now, it's connecting, and now you have the wireless back. So that's the first thing you want to check. Second thing you want to check is make sure airplane mode is not turned on. Right? Yes, this happens in real tickets more than you think. People accidentally hit buttons on their keyboards when they're typing, um, um, and they don't do it intentionally, but they don't know they have done it, right? And they panic and they don't know what's going on. So yes, that's the first thing you want. That's another thing you want to check. Make sure the airplane mode. See the icon here. It's basically it's not grayed out. So that's another thing you want to check. Um, and then let's see if the user still has this issue. Um, um, so what you want to do, um, you want to shut down the computer and basically restart the computer. Right? This is what you want to do. So we're going to just minimize this and then basically do a simple reboot of the machine. So start, right click, and then do the restart. This is all you want to do, and then just let it restart. Sometimes there are Windows updates pending, which requires your system to reboot, and that's causing limited connectivity issue as well. So rebooting safely is always a good habit. They should be rebooting their machines everyone, at least I would say at least a weekly basis, right? In Windows, you require more than often, but weekly is acceptable. Um, so it's basically what it does is when you reboot, it clears out any IP conflicts and any temporary router connection issues, things like that. So if you reboot, that'll solve that. If this works, if the reboot works, you're good. Just put down the notes in the ticket, and basically you close the ticket. Right. Let's say if it doesn't resolve the issue, right? Then we move on to the next one. Now we escalate, right? Um, so what you want to do is um, go back to search at the bottom and then just type CMD, hit enter, and it opens up the beautiful black window. Remember this window? Yes, this will be your friend. Make sure you um, learn how to live in this window because you'll be doing a lot of troubleshooting in this window. This is called terminal. And yes, so you need to be very comfortable using this window. Um, so when you hear it, what you want to do is type the command ipconfig. That's all you want to check and hit enter. Like in my case, and remember we're looking for IPv4 address. This is what we're looking for. In my case, we're getting a perfect 192.168.0.14, right? This is how a home IP should look like. But in their case, let's say if they are getting an IP address, something like this, 169.254. It's an invalid IP address, guys. I'm just telling you, told you before, I'm telling you again. If you see anything starting with 169, it's an invalid IP address. You will never be able to get to the internet. You will always be down. So make sure you're not getting this. And it immediately you immediately know the device failed to get an IP address, and this is a DHCP issue, right? So this is the invalid. So what's the valid IP address? The normal or valid IP address should be something like if you're home, if it's a home network, it should be like 192.168 something something. or it could start with 10 as well, right? That's home IP. If you're at work in an office environment, 172 something 10.5 231, or 10 starting with 10.5.5, something like this, like starting with 10, starting with 172, starting with 192, things like that. That's valid IP address. You're good. Anything starting with 169, it's a no-go, right? It's a no, big no. So yes. So let's say if you do see 169, what do? Minimize this, go back in here. We're going to use good old ipconfig slash release, ipconfig space slash release, right? When you do that, watch IP4 is gone, right? And then what you want to do is ipconfig space slash renew. You're renewing your IP lease. Hit that, and then you get a new IP address, right? When you do that, it basically tells you, hey, the router gives you a new IP address, right? So it's working. The DHCP connectivity is working. Now, what you want to do is, let's say if it still doesn't resolve the issue, right? This, like what we just did, this should resolve this issue, right? But I always tell you extra steps, show you what else you can do if you want to go deep. You test the connectivity, right? How do you do that? You basically ping, come in here and just ping 8.8.8.8. This is a free Google DNS. Remember I told you about? In this case, we're getting a reply back, right? Um, if they're getting a reply back, that simply means the DNS is working okay. And then the next thing you want to do is ping google.com. And then you should get a reply like this. If they're getting right, so what does that mean? If both fail, that means no internet, right? If you're not getting any reply back, if it times out. And I showed you what the timeout looked like, right? If let's see, if I do this, right? No reply, and it will time out. And look, request timeout. So this is what the timeout looks like. If the first one works, second fails, it's a DNS issue, right? If DNS issue, you guide them to change the DNS to 888. Remember, so and how to do that? I showed you here. View connections, and then basically right click, properties, and over here just go to internet protocol version 4 TCP/IP IPv4, and then properties, and right here we did last time, use the following DNS server name, 8.8.8.8, and then you can do right here you can do 8.8.4.4, right? You can do something like this. And now you're pointing your laptop, you're forcing your laptop to use Google DNS instead of your internet provided, or in your internet provider, your ISP's default DNS. Basically, that's what you're doing here. So you do that, and then this is a very common real world fix. This should resolve the issue right there. Let's see if it's still broken, right? It's still broken, and it just didn't fix it. So what do you do? Now we go to the last resort, right? This is the one I'd recommend that you do at the very last, but sometimes, that's the only way to fix it, and that is basically reset the network. So how do you do that? You click on Start, then you go to Settings, and then you click on Network and Internet, and then you click on Advanced Network Settings, and then you go to Network Reset, and right there This is where you want to be. Network reset. When you do this, basically, I always warn this will basically remove saved Wi-Fi networks. Any networks which is saved, it will be removed, and then you will have to basically manually add the Wi-Fi. Um, Manually add the Wi-Fi, and then your PC will be restarted, like it says right here. Your PC will be restarted. So they have to be prepared that they'll restart. Make sure you save their work. If they have any documents open, they're working on anything, Excel, PowerPoint, whatnot, make sure you save it. You should save it locally because there may not be any internet connection. So just for temporarily, just save it on the desktop until you reboot and come back, and then they can move it to the network if they like. But yeah, resetting network should be the very last step. Always, I'll always tell you, just make sure. So that should resolve this issue once it's fixed. Don't just leave. Always confirm. Ask them, are you able to browse? Are you able to connect? And yes, and when everything is okay, then what you want to do is always make sure you go back, and I'll just copy the solution here. Copy, and then just like a good boy or a good girl, go back to your ticket. This is your ticket, and then basically cut and paste right here. Issue was a limited connectivity issue. Cause was a DSP. We tested DHCP, we tested DNS, temporary network issue, right? And solution was we tried this: renewed IP, changed DNS, and rebooted system. This is exactly what we did, and hit send. And now this is part of your ticket. Always put notes because you will be needing it. You never know when you're going to need it. So it's in your database now. And yeah, this is how you fix a issue of basically limited connectivity on Windows 11. So hopefully this was helpful. This is a very common issue that you will see in help desk. So now you know it. You should be able to resolve it very quick. So yeah, I will be back with another video with another help desk networking related issue that we will solve together. Hopefully these videos are helpful, and I will talk to you soon. Take care. Bye bye.
If you're serious about getting into IT, don't just watch one video. Go through the full series so everything starts to click. And make sure to watch my next video where I'll show you more useful IT networking skills. Guys, this is the real deal. Don't miss it.